Igot. Alright, bro. Last character I did was Captain America. I'm gonna quickly load it up and just like quickly skim over the tweaks that I've made recently. This is from the previous video, of course. This right here is the stance animation. I'm just gonna simply click play. First, I'll discuss what I tweaked on it. The Hermes wings on his helmet, or his rather his head, the little white feather-like wings that he has above his ears. I animated those so that they move properly and appropriately with his breathing animation. Another thing that I tweaked was his boots. See the flaps or the overlapping on the top of his boots there? They're now animated. So now there's like a slight physic added to those boots so that they move. He has a blinking animation now, so his eyes blink. Unfortunately, MVC2 made the choice to not blink his eyes, which was really jarring and odd. But now he does, so he's no longer like a robot when in his idle. Another thing, I think that's it. I thought about tweaking his chest to put physics on his chest, so there's like a slight bounce to it because he's a bulky dude. Captain America's shtick is he's like the peak of human physical ability, so that means he's at peak weight too. But unfortunately, his chest doesn't look very. I can't tell if his chest isn't fully developed here, or if just sprite wise, it's not drawn so that it would have enough girth to move. So I just left it. I left it be. I'll play it out. There you go. That's what it looks like. See the little wings on his head bouncing. Watch his eyes closely. He's got a blink in his animation in his eyes there. And if you look closely at his boots, he's got a bounce. There's like a physic to the his boots specifically too, which is pretty awesome. I could play around and just tweak, do very minute tweaks to the speed that he moves in, rather for the physics of his boots to be more pronounced. But I don't really see it as necessary. So I'll just I'll just leave it the way it is for now. Let's move. I'm gonna shift over to the crouch, which should be 11. Okay, I think it's 11. That doesn't look like his crouch. 10. Oh, I didn't edit his crouch yet. So crouch 11. MVC2 is infamous for not animating the crouches specifically. In fact, in previous versus games before Marvel vs. Capcom 2, they actually had animated crouches for some of the characters. Good examples would be like Storm and Cyclops, etc. There were actually characters who were animated in the crouch, and they took the animations out. And to me, it's jarring. It's stilted. It's a regression. Like I hate everything about it. I love the artists for Marvel vs. Capcom. You can never take that away. They did good art. It's good quality hand drawn art. It's just I don't like the dumbing down of the animations. So what I'm gonna do here is try to improve it. We're gonna start with this. This is the idle for the crouch. As you can see, the original idle is just one freaking frame. I'm assessing that all of these CLSN boxes or all of these collision boxes are pertaining specifically to any frame that's set under it. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put an invisible, I call it invisible, but an unreadable idle. Tap enter, and I always do this to help me with organization. So this lets me know that this is the original idle, which I shouldn't do. I should actually call this a prep, and then I should move down, make a space, two spaces, and then do idle, because this is the main frame for the idle. And I know I fully intend to do a an a prep animation or physics drop animation somewhere. On top of that, I'm gonna do a quick copy and paste, save me some effort. I'm going to do a quick copy and paste here. I'm going to name this frame blink. And then I know for the idle specifically, you always do what's called a loop start. And what loop start means is just loop start means replay everything below this word. So everything under here is just going to play over and over. And anything above won't. My prep my prep animations won't have a loop start. So I'm just preparing myself for that. And then for this, because I know just from previous well, screw it, just from my experience as an animator here. One, two, three. I know for the prep frames, I do at least three. Since I know his crouch is untouched, I'm gonna do the naming convention. Well, I can do the name convention later. So this is my idle frame. My blink frame is usually about 5. I like a nice slow blink. The prep phase is usually 3, so I'll just do 3, and I'll leave it at this for now. It should just be the same. It is the same frame over and over, or rather the same animation, well, slash frame over and over. So it's not a big deal, but you'll understand the method to my madness when I animate it here. So 11.0, that's the main frame. I'm gonna create a duplicate. I'm gonna rename this duplicate, and I'm gonna call the duplicate 11.111. I'm gonna make a duplicate of this duplicate. No, no, no. Maybe I don't have to do that yet. Yeah, I won't do that yet. I'm gonna edit 111 first. Zoom in. Gonna do the shift up. I wanna edit these boots first and foremost, of course, because these boots need physics. All right, that's a control paste. I'm gonna go to the bottom layer and delete what's there. Okay, anyway, this is technically a shadow, but since this is moving up, it to me it doesn't make sense for the shadow to increase on any capacity. So I'm just gonna draw over it. Rather, I'm going to draw over it with this lighter tone to show that the shadow is moving up with the the bottom portion of his pants. Okay, let's save that. Save it, close it, reopen it. I'm gonna grab the bottom here. If I do this properly, I'm thinking about shifting it right here. I'm gonna just simply, actually, I don't even have to copy anything. I'm gonna tap up, boom. If you're not familiar with it, I use the move selection or the move tool, and it just moves whatever you have selected. Okay, so that's a good starting frame here. I'm going to duplicate this said frame, and then I'm going to work off of that. Have to keep in mind I have to edit these Hermes ears, and I still haven't done a blink animation yet either. Save, close, duplicate, 222. So this one was 11.222. I'm going to edit this one. No, 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 no. Leave this one alone because he's dropping. His physics are dropping. So it's going to. This is technically going to be a first frame. So I'm going to edit this. I'm going to do a little further movement here. Thinking, thinking this is a nice spot. I keep forgetting to start from the top when I do that. I don't have to copy paste. I'm gonna use the move tool. Just tap up. Okay, and that gives me an appropriate shift. For this, I can't use the move tool. I'm actually going. Well, I could use the move tool technically. Let's see. No, no, I can't use the move tool for that. I'm gonna because I see where it would mess up. Copy paste. I'm gonna do copy Control C, Control V. Just tap up here. I actually don't mind the overlap of the boot over his thigh because the boot technically when flapping up like this, it is in front. It would overlap his thigh. So I'm gonna jump in here. I need to delete everything that I'm not shifting up. So I'm gonna go to the bottom layer, delete what's under here. Okay, go back to the top layer. That lighting thing again, remember, I don't understand why the shadow would increase at any rate. So I'm going to simply just put this color over it. Thinking very hard here. Nah, I won't do that. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'll just stick with the script. Alright, I'm gonna see for this top layer. I apologize for any screaming or noise in the background. If you pick that up, there's someone in the hallway being weird. Actually, that's fine. That's fine. I can leave it like that. Okay, so that's one shift that I created there. I'm gonna save it, close it. Okay, so now I have physics. It's going to, when playing through the two, was it 2 frames I made? I only made 2 frames. I need a third frame. Okay, so I have to make a third frame here. Two, three. I guess technically the third frame is this, but at the same time I don't like it being out of order. So 1, 2. I need to make a 3. So I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm going to duplicate this. Do a 333, and I'm gonna have to quickly organize the sprites here. So up top is 11.0. So go down to the 11 series. There's 11.3 right here. I'm gonna move this down. Okay. I hope that didn't shift it to the bottom. It did. God dang it. Alright. Okay. Alright. Oh wow. I'm shocked. So I went down by tens and it somehow magically landed in a place. That's pretty nuts. Alright, that's perfect. Alright, close this back out. Boom. It should be in the right place now. So 11.0, move forward. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Nice. Nice, Blake. Alright. So, okay, so for the first frame here, what else? The Hermes wings. Okay, those dumb wings that he has on his head, I have to animate them. So what I'm gonna do here, I have to edit the properties of the sprite first. Specifically the image itself. I'm gonna go to properties, change the height, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna do just 10. Okay. Yeah, I gotta remember. I gotta withdraw from my classes. I'm a full-time student right now. I got something going on with work that's gonna take me out of class. Sorry, I just drifted. Okay, so the wing. What would I do for the wing? So I'm gonna use my art brain here and be 10 steps ahead of myself. If I were to animate this wing, it would look like this. It would just look like that, no questions. So I'm gonna take this, pop this. I can't see the top. God dang it. I think it's this. So I'm gonna put that up top. I'm going to make some very minute edits here. I need the skin, not skin, this suit texture. This is going to definitely go in. I'm thinking about shifting it up. I'm just gonna get rid of it though. So it looks like it's going up twice. Yeah, I actually like that. And this I could delete. Yeah, I'm gonna have to delete that. I'm not sure if that's the back of his head or something I could delete. But that doesn't look right. It's too straight. So maybe I could take it in like that. That technically doesn't make sense either though, because it wouldn't have this break in the outline. So I think maybe it can stay that way. All right, get back to editing this wing here. I think it will pop out here. I just put a white box there. It's very difficult to see at any rate, specifically from this angle. It's really difficult to tell what I'm doing. You're just gonna have to trust me. To trust me, Blake. Okay, I think that looks good. I could even put like something there too. Ooh, I hope this looks good when I play it out. Oh, I was gonna be pretty butthurt. All right, so that's the wing of all the way up. This is triple one, I think. Save it, close it, jump over to two. I'm gonna edit two. For two, first things first, I have to edit the properties of the layer. Go to properties here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 for the height. Okay. Do a quick edit here. And this is getting actually closer, much closer to how it looks. Or rather, just it's getting closer to the default position of the weird Hermes wings, the ear wings or whatever it's called. Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. All right, I'm gonna swing this. I will swing this over. Swing this over. And I think that's fine. Again, I can't see. I really can't see what's going on up here specifically. What I'm gonna do, for assurance, is I'm going to create it there, maybe here, and make sure there's a space right here specifically. Okay, so this should all be white. This doesn't shift anywhere, which is that might annoy me later. But listen, I'll save it out. It's fine. So I saved it out. Wow, looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go over to 3 now, which is the last of these edited frames. I'm gonna open this up and I'm just going to have a slight shift. This slight shift, I don't even know. I don't think this requires me to move. Hmm. I don't think it requires me to adjust the properties. Unless I really want to shift up, which I do. I'm gonna shift it up. 1 second. I'm gonna edit the image properties here and just add a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I did 11 there, but whatever. All right. Draw this in here. Okay. And I'm gonna angle it upward like this. If that makes sense. Take this protrusion here, bump it in. Try to keep in mind this is supposed to be the back of his head right here. I'm going to use the eraser to make sure there's nothing, no shenanigans going on. Okay. And I'm actually thinking about, 1 second, thinking about pushing the white. Again, I can't see because it's white, but I have art brain, so I can just use my brain here and assess what's going on. Okay. Take that, and I'm pretty sure I just put white right here. So maybe a blue right there. That might look good, that might look weird. I don't know. I want to shift up right here too. Put some blue, just angling it up, angling the wing so that the wing looks like it's fluttering up. So, okay, save it, close it. Okay, that's the third frame. Let's see. Okay, all the way up. Oh, oh, oh no. Oops. Whoops. Gosh. So I skipped the outline here. So I'm gonna just draw it back. Should be fine. Save it out. Okay. One. Okay. The hell? That actually looks fine. I'm gonna put that blue back in there. This light blue. Just just right here. Very nice. Save it. Close it. All right. Let's see what that looks like. Boom, 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 boom. And then the default, which I take it is this. Mm. Oh, the default is before it. One, two, three. I think frame triple three has too much stretch because this is what the default frame looks like. And as you can see there, it looks like it's too much movement. So I could tweak this and just extend the white over like that and then erase all the nonsense that I drew up top here. And that should fix it. Okay, save it, close it. Okay, boom. Mm, 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 mm. Look at, I'm gauging how far it goes over. It goes over pretty far actually. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. For now, I'm gonna say that's fine. Even though that still kind of irks me a little bit. So say if we frame three, I don't feel like frame three is properly shifting like it should. So I'm gonna do this. Make sure I have this blue with the color picker. I think I'm gonna do this. I think that's it. Save it, close it. Okay. All right. Sorry I bumped the mic. So I spent way too much time focused on these little weird Hermes ear things. But anywho, pants are done. I got the boots to do some flappage. The Hermes wings specifically I've gotten done. I need a blink animation. So I'm gonna go to the default. And for the default, I always go to the extreme because I'm not sure how many frames I plan to create. So, and I always go to triple nine or 9 series for whatever I'm doing. So I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna name the duplicate triple nine. And I'm gonna edit this, and I need my blink. So I'm gonna take the darkest flesh tone. I'm gonna cover up the eye. My bad, fam. I gotta hydrate here. Ah, I gotta go for a 6 mile run tonight. So brutal, man. I'm up in the mountains too. Running 6 miles in the mountains, if you don't know, is like it's like putting your heart on a desk, right? And then just beating it for 5 minutes with a spike back. Not even 5 minutes, a 6 mile run. So it's like beating your heart for like an hour with a spike back. It's really fun. It's really fun. Don't despite popular belief, running 6 miles in a high altitude area is not it's not as bad as people think. It's pretty awesome. It's like a good pain. What? All right. So I've already edited the idle. I just have to use my memory here. Excuse me. Oh, I saved out the blink and the blink frame that I made, and it was triple nine. So I put my triple nine in here, plug and play. That's my blink that I just made for the initial idle. That might have to do some finagling here, but I'm gonna do it's 1 through 3. So triple one, triple two, triple three, and then I have to go backwards to get back into the initial idle frame. So I do double up two, and two is gonna wrap around into one. But I don't have the initial 0 0 frame, which is down here on the loop start, because this is my prep. So low key, I wonder if I can put 0 in here too. No, you can't because it's this is the physics dropping. So drop, 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 then it goes back, and this is part of the dropping too. So I'm going to take triple one and put this on the bottom too. Okay, so this is just the physics drop or my prep phase as I have labeled up here. So this is when all the physics just fall into place so that the initial idle can start itself. By the way, I have to animate this idle too. These are just the preparatory animations that I'm creating. So what I'm going to do is click, wait. Let's extend this since I haven't done the idle officially yet. So I need like a long stint of time before he blinks. So I'm going to click apply, close, and that should be perfect. I'm going to click play. Awesome. Awesome. Did you see the little feathers on his head drop into place as and this is initially when he goes into the crouch. I'm gonna play it again. Awesome. I like that bounce too, that up and down bounce it does. It's very physicky. Boom, boom. So that's three. You know what I could do? Two, one. Maybe I don't need two and one. That bounce is really cool though. I like that up and down bounce. But I'll jump into it. I'll actually take these out and just stop at three and see what this looks like. Might be more fluid. I wanted the goal here is to have physics, but make it as least or less noticeable, or at the least with the least noticeability. I don't know how to properly word it. I don't want it to be noticeable, basically. Play. That's better. That's really smooth too. So see how everything just falls into place? Boom. And then wait for the blink. Boom. There's the blink. Beautiful. Just those simple animations, man. It's fully tweaked. Now what I'm gonna do, I've got the basics, got my physics drop for everything. That looks beautiful, very fluid. That's gonna look incredible in game, by the way. So what I have to do now is I have to animate the crouch. Hmm. Now I know for the crouching game, I'm a fan of MVC2. I know Captain America specifically, he works on another layer, and his other layer is the shield. I could easily animate a shield. His shield has an animation in here with its own set of sprites, and all I have to manipulate is really the placement, which is these arrows here. All I have to do is manipulate these arrows, and I could literally just move the shield itself in its entirety to match whatever animation tweaks I do here. But I know specifically since I know his shield is sitting on his hand, I'm not going to animate his hand. His hand's going to stay still. But everything else is free game. So I'm about to go nuts. All right, 0 0. I'm going to duplicate 0 0. I think the last frame I did was triple three. So I'm gonna do a triple four. Actually, I'm gonna be a smart butt and I'm gonna do quadruples for the animation itself. Okay, so quadruple one, I'm going to, I'm thinking right now, I'm sorry. I want to shift, I'm thinking shift, I want to shift his upper torso down towards his knee to look like he's kind of turtling, or he's getting a more of a fetal position behind the giant shield that he has. So I'm gonna attempt to shift his upper torso downward towards the shield. Shouldn't be too shouldn't be too difficult to do here. And I'm thinking posting what I did last time. I'm thinking about just starting with he's gonna droop down and to the right in pieces. And I'm thinking about starting with his head. Yeah, I'll start with his head. That'd be a good start. Let's see. Trust me, there's a method to my madness here. I want his head to go down first in the animation. Don't worry about his musculature changing or anything like that to adjust to however he contorts his body here. Always do that. I call it post. I'll do it in the post processing phase, which basically means I'm going to edit whatever needs to be edited after the video's over. So in between videos, I do tweaks to improve whatever I make in the video. I'm gonna go down to 1 point, get right below the neck, just to make sure the neck is still there. Oh, that run's gonna kill me, bro. The awesome thing about running, well, I don't know if this is awesome. Well, the good side effect is awesome. So the awesome thing about running, fam, it hurts. It hurts like crazy when you run, right? But then as you adjust and you get used to it, your body adapts and your body's like, okay, I can take this, and then running becomes fun. You can actually you can like running. You just have to do it a lot. You go through a lot of pain. Okay, so that's the shift down just for the head, which is all I need. Save it out. I don't think any muscles would change. I seriously don't think any muscles would change to adjust. But I do see something I need to tweak here, which is his shoulder specifically. I don't think his shoulder should shift down. Sorry, I nipped his chin there. Okay, let's get this shoulder here so it doesn't jar me. I think I clipped too much of the neck there. I have to get in the habit of letting go of the eraser. Okay, I'm just seeing where the neck ends at, where the shoulder begins. So about here. I don't want too much of his neck taken out. Okay, make sure there's no artifacting. That's a good shift for the head. Yeah, that's a better shift. It even alters the neck slightly so that I don't have to focus on it. Back of his neck. Looks like he has a stray pixel on the back of his neck there. But I want the shadow to go down. Save it, close it, duplicate, quadruple two. I'm going to edit this. This is the second shift for his body. And for this one, I want all of this to move down. So I'm shifting it all, baby. Okay, I copy paste, I control C, control V it. I'm going to tap to the right and down. Remember the move tool by default usually is on. So, okay, so that's him moving in towards his shield slightly. And if I wanted to be fancy schmancy, I could move his head one more time. But I'm not. I'm not in the mood for that. Sorry. Okay, delete everything behind. Ooh, here's a kicker. The hand. Do I want that hand to move? No, no, I don't, sir. I don't want that hand to move. So I'm going to delete the hand on the top layer. I want the hand to stay put. Okay. Trust me, if I didn't make that hand stay put back there, it would actually look janky, in my opinion. Again, art brain, I think 10 steps ahead when I animate. I know that's not gonna look the way I desire it looking. I specifically want that hand to stay. I need that hand to stay where it's at to get the effect I want here, which is his torso moving downward. I'm on the upper layer still. Yep, I am. Okay. Physically, flesh. Okay, the body's made of flesh. You have muscle. You have you usually have fat. I don't know why I pointed to his butt. and then you have no homo. So muscle, you have fat, and then you have bone. That's what the body basically consists of. Keep in mind, bone does not stretch. Bone is the most one of the most solid things in your body. So I'm gonna have to delete this to make sure that the physics don't affect specifically his bones and the bones inside of his forearm. Okay, and also I want to ignore his hand. Make sure there's no artifact in here for the shift down. And I'm just tracing the bottom of his arm here by his triceps. Where's it? Yes, his triceps. Okay, I want all this to shift, including the belt, like so. Okay, get all the artifact in here. Don't worry, for the next frame, I could shift it even more, like more of his torso, including like his butt too. All this could shift down. But the focus here, I think that looks good. So since I'm still on the top layer, so I don't have to do it later, I'm gonna just do a simple tweak here on his bicep, and he's just flexing. Very tiny flex here on his bicep, just to show that his body is changing. His muscles are inflating as he bends towards his shield. He's getting a little bit more flex. I could play around and make the muscles bulge more on his arms too, but I'm gonna stick with the bicep just because I know how physics wise I know how the arm works, and this muscle has to move or it'll look ridiculous. So I think that's it. Let me drop the back layer to make sure. Yeah, I don't see any artifact in here, so I'm gonna save it, close it out, make a duplicate. That duplicate's gonna be quadruple 3. For quadruple 3, I need more movement. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna well, program the movement in. I think it's starting. I think here. I think I want to shift all this. I don't feel comfortable with shifting his butt too, because that's not how the butt works. The butt, your butt doesn't move with your torso. But all this here, all this by the belt, by his crotch, all this stuff would shift in technically. Well, to an extent, this part wouldn't. So I'm gonna do a Control C, Control V, and I'm just gonna keep shifting down here. I'm gonna hit this back layer. I'm gonna trim this back layer, just the parts that I don't think should shift at all. Okay, I have to keep in mind I'm sitting on the back layer. And I didn't want this hand to move at all. Think about moving it now though. I'm on frame 3. I only need 3 frames for this too, technically. I'm thinking about shifting this, man. I'm sitting on the bottom layer, the top layer. Maybe I could do a quick shift, just one shift right here for his hand in the back, and let's just see how it looks. All right, so I cleaned everything behind him. All right, okay, that's fine. I think that's it, man. Oh, this is his actual hand. Let's see what my actual layers at. Okay. Hmm. I see something alarming. So according to this, there's gonna be stretch on the glove right here, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna delete whatever's right there. Think about doing more flex on the bicep too. Maybe more the arm also. That's kind of key. I'm gonna go to my top layer. So everything that I don't want to shift. This is where it gets kind of complicated. I want all this moving. Everything on his upper body down almost dang near to his crotch. So what I'm gonna do, I tried to trace. I'm trying to get the bottom of the belt, specifically right here, like that. Okay, I'm tracing his forearm. Remember, bone doesn't move, so I'm gonna have to hit that forearm too. trace his thigh because his thigh should not be shifting with his body in its entirety here. So I just erase most of his thigh. I know his butt somewhat moves forward here. He has a slight shift for just the top. Really, it's his upper back, not his butt, but there's a shift there. So I have to be cognitive of that, or aware. I have to be aware of that. All right. The thing I don't want to shift down is really right here. His elbow, your elbow doesn't. That's not how elbows work. So I'm gonna delete this. Okay. I'm gonna delete this. This I'm skeptic about. This lower forearm, this could technically shift down with the elbow too, to an extent. Yeah, that actually could. If you want to be super technical here, his elbow could shift down with his upper torso. If I want to give slight movement, I'll do a quick trim here, and I'll see what it looks like. And if it looks tolerable, then I'll keep it, which I'm sure it will. Yeah, just gonna trim it into the hand. I don't want the hand to move. Okay, let's clean some artifacting up here. Big eraser, just to make sure nothing's missed here, pixel wise. I didn't mean to do that on his butt, or did I? Okay, all right, just cleaning the artifacts. No stray pixels here. Okay, that should be fine. So his fist, his upper body, and even his elbow to an extent should all shift downward somewhat. Even his forearm shifts down now. Let me do a double check here just to look at the hmm, see something there. I'm going to I'm thinking about trimming this. I'm gonna trim his upper forearm right here. Just right here, man. Just because I'm paranoid, I'm not sure what that's gonna look like. His bicep, I gotta flex that bicep too. I know it's already flexing, but I want a big flex. Like that. Actually, I don't even want it to go in that far. Like that. That's a flex. That's an arm, Blake. Alright. Clear some of that out. Yeah. Big flex. Make sure I hit this light too. Okay. Ooh. Big bicep. Alright. Let me think here. I'm gonna manipulate the light just slightly to have a little bit more flex going on in his arms. Cause it's important. Specifically for the look I'm trying to go here. I might actually tweak the frame before this too slightly to emphasize the flex a little more. Save, close, go back one, edit this. Little bit of flex on this arm. I did the color picker, just a little flex. That should be fine. And I think just a little bit right here should be good. Save it, close it. Okay. This is gonna look I know me. This is gonna look great. Yeah, this is gonna look insane. That looks actually really good to me. Yeah, it looks freaking immaculate, man. I actually can't think of anything. Whoa, and even from the zero. So I just have to remember these are quadruples and it's 1 through 3. So save it, jump into the animation, open the animation. It's quadruple 1 through 3. Maybe I can manipulate and just use these. So you have the original idle, then it goes into my animation. Remember, my animation actually goes back this time. These aren't prep frames. So I'm gonna do this. For the timing, I do not know what I want to do for the timing. Should it be slow? Should it be fast? Captain America's not a slow character. He's not a fast. Strider's more like a fast character. I'm gonna do. I'm going to do 7. Let's try 7. 7 might be cool. And then the 0 frame. I don't really need the 0 frame to sit here. I'll do 7 for the 0 frame. So 7 across the board. Do I need any tweening? 1, 2, 3. This is him fully feeding or fully turtling up into the shield. And then I actually want slowdown to occur. So I do 8. I'll do 9. I'm thinking really hard here, man. 9. I do 9, 8, 7. This shit. I want this to be 8. I want this to be 9. And I think this can be 10. And then this, I can make 9. And this, I can make 8. So it's gonna be a slowdown in here. Let's apply. I think that's good. He's gonna blink on every breath, but I'm not worried about that because I can triple this up. Just do a couple duplicates of this set of frames here, and then it'll make the blink every once in a while. So apply, close. Let's play it out. Uh-oh, I made a mistake. Oh, my fault. That's funny though. That looks funny. It looks like his ears was flapping. He looked like Namor from Black Panther movie from Wakanda Forever. All right, so I gotta I gotta quadruple these. I'm trying not to laugh. That was funny. All right, I like you'll fly away in this bed. Okay, apply it, close it. All right, jump back. Let's play it. All right, that was funny, dude. That actually looks nice. That looks very nice. Thinking in my head of other things I could tweak here. Mm, I could shift his body at the ankle, make like his body in its entirety shift back and forward too. But I don't really. There's really no point in that. That looks good though. So that's the new crouching animation I have here. Go. I'll start it from the front. Pay attention to the physics drop. And in fact, I'm gonna start instead of just closing out the video. I'm just gonna start making the duplicates of the initial idols that occur before the blink first, so you can actually see. Oops. Enter. Control V. Enter. Control V. So that's about 3 breaths before he blinks. Apply. So now he breathes a few times before he blinks. So I'm gonna play it now. There you go. See the blink? Awesome. That looks amazing. In the game, it's gonna have my filter that removes pixelation, or it's going to, and also the shield. The shield is gonna be on another layer, so he's gonna be holding the shield too in his crouch. That looks amazing. Oh man, I can't wait to see this. But there you go. I just spent an entire video animating specifically Marvel vs. Capcom 2's Captain America, his crouch animation. Now, as you can see, I brought him to life. Uh, Stay tuned for another video. I have no clue what character I'm going to edit next. Um, you Positive feedback is very important. If you don't give positive feedback, just keep in mind I might not make more of these videos if any of you come off as not positive. That's pretty much it. God bless.